Kieran, how do you feel about signing the new deal? There's so much talk about will you stay or will you get an offer from a bigger club to go to England?
Yeah, obviously I'm delighted to be here. For me, my future's only here now, so I'm delighted.
Was there any thought of leaving at this stage?
Nah. Last year it was kind of my breakthrough season, so I kind of need to prove myself again this season and hold my place down.
How's it been over the last few days with training?
Yeah, it's been great. Everybody's buzzing with the training. We're training well and training hard.
What about for sitting here watching the Euros when you think Scotland could have been at the Euros? Is that something you're envious of?
Yeah, obviously everybody wants to be playing in competitions like that. You just need to kind of focus on the next big competition now.
Do you believe that Scotland have the capabilities of going there next time round or next major finals?
Yeah, I hope so. You see, any team can qualify, any team can do it, and I believe Scotland has the talent.
Kieran, you only made your debut, I think, about 15 months ago. We've seen everything that's happened since then. Scotland call-up, Player of the Year, and so on. Now this 5-year contract. Try and sum it all up if you can.
The word I used last season was crazy, and that's just still crazy now. So I only signed a 4-year deal, I think it was 10, 11 months ago, so signing a new deal already is great.
And how different then is the mindset going into this season compared to last season?
Yeah, it's different. We want to get Champions League. That's our main aim, and obviously winning the league and winning cups. So,
what about personally? Because all of a sudden you've went from trying to break into the team to people are expecting great things from you. What's that like?
Yeah, everybody's expectations will be really high this year, but as a football player at Celtic, you need to deal with that, and I hope I can.
And then with a new manager coming in, I mean, I suppose players often think they have to prove themselves all over again, but surely you've done enough last year to at least be on his thoughts.
I hope so, but everybody, as you said, everybody does need to prove themselves. He said when he was in, it was like a fresh start for everybody. If you didn't play last year, you'll still get the same chances as people that did, so it's great.
What's your initial impressions been of him?
Yeah, it's been brilliant, the training's been great. Ask all the boys, everybody's enjoying it.
How much of Brendan Rodgers' influence was on your decision to sign a long-term deal here?
Yeah, a big influence as well. He spoke to me after the first day's training, and I've signed it now, so it's happened so quick, and I'm delighted.
Did he have to persuade you?
Nah, not really. As a Celtic fan, it's not hard to persuade him to sign a 5-year deal.
Must be great to get that reassurance after the first training session with your new manager. He's talking to you about signing a new deal. Yeah,
definitely. It's just exactly what you want. And now that it's signed, you can just focus on football.
I know you said it was been a crazy time, and last season the game's coming thick and fast. You might not have had much time to even think about it, but with a few weeks off in the summer, did you start to sink in just what you did last season?
Yeah, you try to think about it, but it's still mad. It's still hard to take in, but this season I just hope it can be the same.
What did Brendan say to you when he spoke to you last time? What were the conversations like then? How did he sell it to you?
He didn't need to sell it much. I wasn't really thinking about leaving at all. He just said we'll get a contract in place, and that's what we done.
You spoke about it being a crazy year, but what was it like when you started to see your name being thrown around with other huge football clubs as well?
Yeah, it's obviously weird. I don't really know, it's just weird, and I didn't expect it at the time.
Were you getting your kind of friends phone you and text you and say, hold on a sec, what's this? You're going to Arsenal, you're doing this, you're doing that. What's the last 6 months been like?
Yeah, you do, to be fair. You get people asking you staying and that, but I didn't have much doubt in my mind that I'd leave, so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's a great sign of faith in you as well, and an exciting time to be at the football club with everything that's happening. Is that the kind of way you feel about it as well?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, we've not been in the Champions League the last 2 years, and that's what everybody here is aiming for.
Yeah. You've obviously watched Brendan's teams from afar. You mentioned your initial impressions of him. How exciting to be working with him and what he could potentially do here.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You've seen what he does with young players as well. He's really great with them, so it's an honour to work with him.
Is that something you've kind of noticed already on the training ground, although it is in the space of the first week, of course?
Yeah, definitely. We had a meeting on the first day, and then you could just tell that he knows what he's doing. He's been great for all his other clubs, so we're hoping he can be great again.
What have the sessions been like with him? He likes to get involved, doesn't he, on the training ground?
Yeah, they've been hard, they've been tough pre-season, it's running and that, so we're working hard to get fit for the season.
You've pretty much ticked off everything you've tried to achieve in your first season or so at Celtic. Is the Champions League and playing in that kind of next stage for you, do you think?
Yeah, as you've seen last season, it was Europa League. That's a step under Champions League, obviously. So obviously that was good for me to get that last year, but I'm hoping to step up this season.
What about as a player, Kieran? What are you trying to develop now? What's the next step in terms of making you better?
Just working on my weaknesses. Obviously the manager and the coaching staff they'll be telling me what I'm good at and what I can work on, and they'll be helping me do that in the training ground.
I know when young players come in, people always say, oh, you know, they'll need to get in the gym and all that sort of stuff, but is that sometimes do we put too much emphasis on that? What have you been doing on that side of things?
Yeah, I do the gym a lot. The sports scientists have been great with me. I do put a lot of work in, all the young boys do, so you just need to get your chance.
The competition for places at Scotland at the moment, how do you assess yours against the likes of Andy Robertson, Lee Wallace, you know, from that sort of position?
Yeah, they're two great players. There's going to be competition for a national team because it's the full country you can pick from, so two great players.
For this season coming, considering the season you just had, do you think it'll be easier or will it be more difficult to sustain the level of performance?
I'm not sure. We'll need to wait and see, but I just hope I can.